These are the OEM seats. They're not terrible. Kind of cool, but they just look kind of nasty looking. And this seat rail, it's not too good. It literally shakes. I thought it was unbolted, but no, it's the seat rail. The seat rail's kind of bad. So we're gonna delete this one. So passenger has no seat. Here's my new RSX seat. It's a cloth, black cloth, super nice, really pretty, not ripped. Only this side that's not bent. So that one had a bend. This one doesn't have a bend. You just have to make the hole bigger and put a bolt in there. Got the seats in. They look stupid cool. They look so nice in there.
I don't know if I should get back to him or I don't know.
That's a clean look. That's sick. Hello, boys and girls. So we got the side skirts. As you can see, they don't really fit good. I had to cut the fuck out of them. These skirts are for a Prelude. In Thailand, these were actually OEM skirts. Wait, story time. So in Thailand, they got a EM2 with a K24 or a K20. But in the US, we didn't get none of that. But there's some parts that are very similar. Like these skirts, they look very similar to the ones in Thailand. But these are off of a Prelude. So we're going to make them work. I already chopped them up and painted them. Now it's just time to self-tap it. First thing to do, jack it up. Side skirts on. There's hella gaps right there. All the self-tappers just fell. But look at that. This looks terrible. But you know what? From a glance, this is not bad. And it has a bunch of self-tappers in the bottom. But hey, it ain't going nowhere. Let's drop it and see how it looks.
You made it all nice for us.
Oh yeah, dude. Let's get it off the wood. First time gonna ride in this right-hand drive vehicle. This is sick. I am stoked, Matt.
Ready?
Dude, the wheels right there. No. Is it fast?
No.
Yes.
No. It's just fast enough.
Okay. Wait, it had an airbag light too?
No, that's because I don't have my seatbelt on.
Silly man.
It has no airbag.
Dude, it's so clear.
First gear is literally nothing. That was first gear. Half the time I don't even start in first gear.
Wait, does it have RPM?
No, it doesn't. It actually tells you what gear you're supposed to be in depending on the speed. And then after...
Have you hit rev limiter yet? Well, limiter?
No, I haven't. No, but after third, it just, screw you. You just figure it out on your own. This is third. That's not... I'm not flooring it, but it's not slow.
That's not bad, dude. For a little car like this?
Yeah, no.
Have you slammed your brake? Oh, no, you're going to get flash. Never mind.
No, look.
No, but have you done...
Like, brakes are good.
But have you done a, lock? Have you locked your brakes yet?
Oh, no.
I can say you should do it, but you don't want to get flash spot. Go in the grass. Be a badass. Oh, you about that,
I don't know, but no. I don't know, but try to keep these are nice tires. Try to keep them clean, you know.
To be honest, you're right. It does look literally brand freaking new.
Practically is brand new. It got 10,000 miles on it.
Yeah, it is, man. I don't know.
Half the time I start in second.
Alright.
It's a little rough, but...
It has a new clutch, so you're good.
Yeah.
You're just breaking it in, to be honest.
Yeah, it's easy to drive.
No, I see that. Wow, thank you for getting my first right-hand drive experience. Working on my Civic, and I noticed the inner taillights, these taillights, and the license plate bulbs, they're not working. So, looked up a video, figured out that, hey, since the trunk goes up and down, pushes stress on these wires, and sure enough, boom. If you open it just right here, this is taped on there with solder. So these are soldered. So now I've got to extend it and put it back together. Then we'll have a working inner tail light and license plate bulb. Oh my God. Hello, it's been a while. A lot has happened. Well, a good amount of things have happened. I've just been busy with school or, just lame excuses. But today we're making a video. So long story short, I had some trouble at school. My car's too low. And when I was getting off the lift, I destroyed my header. So see that crack? It used to be like basically almost off. And I drove it to the city and I hit these big ass speed bumps and it basically put the header back in place. Now it's a lot quieter, but as you can see, it messed up the paint. It looks a little bit like gold. You see it? It used to be like a nice gray. But today, taking off this header, I've already gone ahead and lubed them up, so hopefully they can just come loose. And we have other stuff that we're gonna be putting on. So, I got this. Looks good. But if you look, see how you can unbolt this basically? Well, if you look at mine, I don't have a flange right here. It's welded to a cat, and the flange is down there. So if you look at this header, it's like almost a single piece. And these actually have like long tubes. These were nice, but I can't use them. That's when the solution comes in. Poking out a little bit. Oh yeah. Dude, this thing is sick. And it came with some Home Depot hardware. It'll work. Nice. So let's begin by taking this one out. So it just has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nuts and bolts up there. I took off the heat shield already, as you can see. So it's now all exposed. Got loosen the O2 sensor. And then there's like 2 bolts down there with a spring. That's fine. There it is. Dude, check that out. It was all the way through. Crazy. And this one's starting to get cracked. Wait. That one's starting to go. This bolt came out, but that one didn't survive. Well, see? The stud was just too old. While I'm here, I might as well try to clean this. So, got some brake cleaner. Let's get rid of some of that dust. Here's the after. Not perfect, nowhere near perfect, but better than before. That's sick. Alright, next thing to do, take out the O2 sensor. Here's how you loosen it. You put this bad boy in there, and packed it. Now she's nice and loose. I didn't know there were 2 O2 sensors on the cat. I think it's interesting that there's 2 O2 sensors on the same header basically. I was wondering why there were 2, and well, I noticed that this one was hitting. I had a second one. Alright, let's take this guy out and put in the new one. Here's the one that I bought that I can't use because it's a lot shorter. So, now I have 3 headers. Now let's pop this guy in there. Kind of hard to install this with one hand, but there you go. It just pops. Gotta line the studs up with the holes. There you go. And I'm gonna put a nut on each one, but hand tighten them, and then line up the bottom. And so that they don't get stuck in the future, I have to put a little bit of anti-seize on them. They all have anti-seize. Now they won't get stuck if I ever have to remove these in the future. And I left them hand loose, so now it has a little bit of wiggle room, and I can attach the bottom. It came with this little washer. I believe it goes in between the flanges. And look, since I left it loose, you have a little bit of wiggle play. The header had wiggle play, and I can move this too. So first, I'm gonna try to put this washer thing on here somehow. There you go. I'm gonna use the hardware that I have, put it over, and just make it work. It's eBay, man, so it's not gonna have perfect instructions. I think I got an idea on how to do it. And I'm gonna put anti-seize on this so it can come off in the future one day. Here's how it came out. I tightened it pretty good. And that thing is solid. It worries me though because that might cause the headers to break. There should be a flex pipe for at least somewhere over here. So I think it's only a matter of time till these headers crack. But oh well. And if you look down there, it is bent. Time to finish it up by tightening the 5 bolts on top. Hello. After a bit of work, I got it in. And I didn't put the top O2 sensor on. And let me tell you, if you're putting on these headers, make sure you put the O2 sensor on first. Because when you put on the header, there's no room to put that O2 sensor on. And look, it's so tight. But got it in. And then this wire is too short. Also, if you have a non-VTEC or the 2-piece exhaust manifold, be prepared for this, but this wire is kind of too short. You have to get an extension or a longer O2 sensor wire, but they make an extension like this adapter kit. All I did was I just put a zip tie on the fan and then one zip tie on the actual bracket for the O2 sensors. But look how close that is. If you don't put the zip ties on, it will be hitting the exhaust manifold. So I don't want them to burn or melt. I put zip ties for now. Another thing I did, my little ground, it got old and brittle and it snapped off. So a piece of zip tie for now until I find one at the junkyard. But hey, it's on, it looks cool. And while we still have some sunlight left, we're gonna do a little sound test. I don't think it'll be much louder, but we'll see. It looks freaking cool. We're missing one stud, unfortunately. The threads came out. I hit bumped so hard that that one bolt was putting in a lot of work. But dude, it looks really good, pretty clean. Because before, the ugly thing on the engine bay was the exhaust manifold because the little shield was just popping off. Also, keep in mind, I still have the stock, like the rest of the exhaust is stock besides the headers. So, stock muffler and stock resonator. Let's see. Not bad. I don't really feel any leaks. Yeah, but not too loud. Honestly, I prefer for this car to be quiet. Just a good daily. You can't even hear anything down here. You can see a little bit of white puff. That's either oil coolant, maybe both. But hey, it sounds good, nice and quiet. But it sounds a little loud here. So that might be a leak. Oh yeah, it does have a leak, I forgot. The mid pipe has a freaking hole on it. Oh well. It looks very shiny right now. It might start to turn like goldish or bronze in the future. Hey, let's do a little rev. Not bad. Sounds cute. It sounds like a little deeper, you know? Sweet. Well, I like it. Pretty cute. One day later, the car is a lot louder now. I don't know if you can see it. That's my exhaust. And it just drags. And now has a massive exhaust leak. Because there's a hole there. It dragged through. We'll worry about that later. For now, it's been one day of driving. Look at that. It's nice and bronze. It has like a cool little gold look. For now, I'll be working on these bad boys. Grab a flathead or a little pry bar. Turn these to the left. After you do that, they should come right out. I'll place it right there. Next is grab a 10mm. Take all these nuts out. So you can basically lift it up a little bit and undo this. You press down on it, and it'll pop right off. So take all these out. Once coil packs are out, those are the spark plugs. Got a ratchet and a spark plug socket, and take them all out. And if you don't have a spark plug socket or don't have the little rubber piece, have a nice little magnet so you can pick them up. They're all loose, a magnet. Voila. Now it's time to go fishing with 3 more. Yeah, I'd say it was time to change them. We got some radium ones from NGK. Let's pop them in. You don't really want to drop these. You want to put them in like kind of smoothly. I'm gonna use my magnet to kind of thread it in a little and pop it out. If you can't do that, put them in there like slowly. Once they're all in, you just tighten them by hand, each one, so it doesn't get cross-threaded. And now you just tighten them snug. What I like to pretend is that if I am tightening a 10mm bolt, you don't want to tighten it too much. You want to do it just the right amount. And now, reverse process. Now we can give it a start and see if we did everything correctly. You guys can hear how loud it is now. Got the spark plug, we got the headers. Next is doing a fuel filter. Here we have the new fuel filter. In order to install this, you got to remove the bottom of the rear seats. There's only 1 bolt back there. It's a 10mm. I already got it out. So all you got to do now is just lift it. And then get it out of the way. Once you remove the seat, you're left with this. 4 Phillips, so loosen them. They're not too tight too. Once the Phillip bolts are out, you just get a little pry bar and loosen it little by little. So one little corner, pop it. And you go all the way around, prying it. Once you lift it a little bit, pop that clip open. All it is this tab, just press it down, pops up. You can flip this over, out of the way. Now you gotta loosen this. So get the pry bar, push this ring to the left, hammer in the little pry bar, knock this thing loose. You might want to undo this fuel line. Be careful, fuel is gonna get a little bit all over the place. Undo the line, I just pressed that in, it just kind of popped out. And now this assembly is ready to be lifted. Yeah, it'll just pop out. You just gotta like put an angle and make sure everything's out of the way. But if you look, these are cracked. This can cause an evap leak. I'm glad I'm replacing it now. And yeah, I'll let you know. It should be a simple little swap. Just know that these things have clips, you just gotta pop it off. They still have fuel in them, but basically just look at it and swap things over. It's pretty self-explanatory. I just went ahead and put it all back in. I wish it was pretty damn annoying, so be prepared to have an annoying job, but it was doable. Got it done. And before you start it, make sure you prime it at least 3 or 5 times. Once you prime it, it'll start right up. And it's all there. I left it open in case it didn't work, and in my case it did. You can check for leaks. In my case, we're good. There's nothing dripping. And I did start it and stuff already. Next thing to do, put it all together. That's back together. A little trick I'm gonna give you guys. Put the seatbelts on the buckles, because now when you put the seat on, you don't have to reach and grab the buckle. Cool little tip of the day. All right, boys and girls. I was gonna try to fix this exhaust. I thought there was just a little hole. Well, that exhaust is not savable. Yeah, it's gone. If you look how skinny it is. It looks like a piece of bacon. That's crazy. I don't know if this helps. Look at how skinny it is. Okay, and that'll be it for this video. We fixed a bunch of things that I probably don't remember if you see it in the video. Like, one is we fixed the inner tail lights and the license plate bulbs. Those work because of that wire. And we added the mud flap. I have no idea if I filmed this, but hey, we got the mud flap. Looks cool. enjoy this little edit.
It's not fair.